The new and official Big U indictment
every day.
Dropped. And it's worse.
Every day we wake up. Every day we wake up, these FBI agents got more information for us, folks.
Than you could ever imagine.
Shout out
we already covered the federal complaint, so we're only going to cover the relatively newer stuff that's only in the indictment and not in the federal complaint. They've been investigating Big U since 2021, and the indictment kind of shows that because they cover literally every track and every angle. In this indictment, they're painting Big U as a murderous extortionist, and because they're trying to paint him as an extortionist, they took a great deal of interest in his podcast, Checking In, and especially the theme song of his podcast, Checking In.
Bro, that is some try-hard gangster LA shit. Do your homework. You got a podcast called Checking In? If you catch my drift, you catch my drift.
In the theme song, Snoop Dogg is rapping, if you don't check in, things are going to be really ugly for you when you get to LA.
Oh my God.
When you hop off the plane, check in. Penthouse suite, check in. When your feet hit the street, check in. Cause if not, shit get hot, you better check it in.
Out of context, this song is a nothing burger, but when you put this song in context with everything that's going on, it's everything burger. The feds are saying that Big U is an extortionist, that Big U has built an empire off of extorting, intimidating, and squeezing celebrities and business owners who's operating in the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So when they see that,
that's why I had to get up out of there. He wasn't gonna get me. He wasn't gonna get me. I would have been called the police on his big ass. Do your homework.
Podcast name is Check In, and then they're using a theme song to say this is just consistent with everything we're already telling you guys. Now, this is where the internet gets Big U in trouble. Because the feds will also include a video that Big U posted to his Instagram.
Movie production in the hood. That's how we do it, you know, man.
Top flight, baby. Security.
GB running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it. You know what I mean? Anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in.
Just check it in.
It's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
oh well.
Just gonna check your ass out. We're gonna check you in, all right. We're gonna check in all of your equipment. We're gonna check in all of your equipment.
Hindsight is 2020.
Damn.
If you
you a
told
grown man on the internet saying this like he a kid, like he's 17 or something. That's the most embarrassing part. Do your homework on embarrassments.
2021 that this was a crime and the feds will be investigating him and
folks.
linking this to extortion. He told you you're out of your mind. Like, this is just like a silly IG video.
Okay.
But once you look at the behavior from today's lens, this looks crazy.
Yeah,
like
it looks
this
crazy.
looks insane. Why would you put a target on your back like this, bro? Why would you openly admit that you will extort somebody, especially a business owner who gets like a permit from the city to film? Because in order to film in, you know, in like the street, like an actual movie, you have to get permit from the city.
Real permit.
So on top of getting a permit from the city, the government is allowing me to do it. I have to check in and pay you guys for me to do.
And it make me think like, how many of these rappers is out here checking in? Like, I always got that vibe when, like, you ever see a rapper and he be like in another city, in another hood, and he just be like over friendly with niggas. Yeah, we on, yeah. Then they start claiming the gang and shit. Like, are you paying these niggas, bro? Hold on, y'all, because y'all know I love putting y'all on to that easy money. Cashkick.com is a free to use cash rewards marketplace that helps you save and grow your money. This is some of the simplest and easiest ways to make money right now. All you have to do is play mobile games on your phone and you can earn up to $500 per deal. Now remember, I said cashkick.com is free to use, so they will never, ever, ever ask you to send them any type of money. Signing up is super easy. All you need is an email and a password. Once you sign up, all you have to do is download your first offer and start making money. Now, your offers and reward amounts can change at any time. So that means you can download a game on your phone, play it for long enough, make $500 on one day, and the next day you can download a whole nother game, play it for long enough, make $300. Next day, same thing. This is some of the easiest money I can tell you about right now. And again, you can earn up to $500 per deal. So this is what I need you to do. Go to cashkick.com, make you an account, activate your account. Make sure you turn on allow tracking on your phone so that the app can actually track how much you're playing the game and earn you some of the easiest money you can make. Y'all can't say I ain't never did nothing for you. See? What y'all got going on for real?
Horrible. The feds included an itemized list of Big U's extortion or attempted extortion attempt from just one victim. And there's multiple victims, okay? As you can see right here, there's literal dates and dollar amount and whether or not it was a successful extortion or an attempted extortion. Now, all of this, like this entire itemized list, is only coming from one victim. And there's multiple itemized lists for other victims as well. So this is, just so you guys can wrap it.
It looked like he was charging like $2,000 or $1,000 a week or something. Attempted extortion. Look at all of this, bro. Attempted extortion. He got him that time.
About the levels of extortion that was going on and how frequent they were.
Every week.
The video is still going, and this is still only one victim.
Every week, and it's just one victim.
Big U was literally paying his bills according to the feds by squeezing business owners who wanted to operate in the community. Hood. So, for example, if somebody wants to open up a corner store in South Central, you know, you got to tap in with Big U. If you want to, let's say, open up an ice cream truck for the kids, you got to tap in with Big U. And the feds is like, it went on for far too long, and they were sick of it. That itemized list belongs to the owner of the dispensary that got robbed by Big U and others. He's listed in the report as victim 1. So everything you just saw
was from victim 1.
Came from victim 1.
That's crazy, gang.
So if you hit one person for that much, imagine how much you hit for everybody else. Now, the feds will also tackle Big U developing options and his LLC and nonprofits, claiming that he committed bank fraud, wire fraud, and just fraud in general because he utilized the nonprofit to enrich himself by transferring the nonprofit assets and donations made to the nonprofits, transferring it over to his personal account and using it for personal reasons that has nothing to do with the nonprofit.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So you had a nonprofit organization and you actually transferring real money into your personal bank account like this shit not recorded through the bank system. How slow do you gotta be?
On November 3rd, 2021, feds will allege that Big U transferred $15,000 from Developing Options bank account into his personal account. On March 28th, 2022, feds will claim that Big U transferred $10,000 from his nonprofit Developing Options into his personal account.
He spent it on dumb shit.
Between September 26, 2022 and October 7, 2022, feds claim Big U would transfer $13,000 from Developing Options into his personal account. November 15, 2022, feds will claim that Big U transferred $10,000 from Developing Options into his personal account. December 19th, 2022, feds will, it just keeps going. And according to the feds, they don't even think this is a tenth of the money that Big U embezzled, right? But you will see, if you just scroll down, and if this is not a tenth of it, you will count well over 200,000 of money they claim that Big U took for himself when it was supposed to go to the nonprofit. Damn. And they will also claim that Big U
well over two. It's almost 200. It's over 200 already just with that wire transfer an amount of 100,000 from donor 6 routed through FedWire fund service, which caused an electrical wire signal from servers in New Jersey, which caused electrical wire signal.
A lot of these donations from celebrities and athletes and other nonprofits through intimidation and extortion. From my perspective, the only slam dunk defense.
And he had intimidation and extortion. That's how he had celebrities and people donate to the nonprofit. He was making people donate the money. Do your homework. Why do you just ain't make people give you the money? But usually when you do crimes, you don't do it in the bank. You do it with cash. If you get illegal bread, why are you doing it through the banks where the police are at? And what blow my mind is it's a grown man. Is he like 50-something years old, 49, 50-something years old, gang? How you don't know this, fool? You got to be 10 types of slow. And you recording it?
feds believe they have is the wire fraud, the bank fraud, and the embezzlement. Because even this murder, I believe it's like a guarantee. Like the feds believe they have a very solid case, and it's a guarantee as well.
They got him.
But the embezzlement is like clear cut, bro. Like it's black and white, homie. Like there's transfers from this to your personal account. Like it's in 4K.
Yeah.
So I believe the feds know that this is like their slam dunk. So this is something that they believe that if all else fails, we can at least give Big U 10 years off of this alone.
It's over.
Now, the feds will also give more detail regarding the murder of Big U's son's best friend, Rayshawn Williams, and the extent that they believe that Big U went to cover up his murder. So Rayshawn Williams, we all know, I don't need to rehash it. Rayshawn Williams,
right? We know that story.
Vegas. Big U went to Las Vegas, and the feds are accusing Big U of killing Rayshawn Williams in Vegas.
I think
now Rayshawn Williams and Big U was in the studio together.
That's how I feel.
Earlier in the night before, the feds claimed Big U allegedly murdered him. So the feds will list out ways that Big U went above and beyond to conceal, hide, and really throw the feds off in their investigation of Rayshawn Williams' murder. This is where Rayshawn Williams' body was found. Feds believe that Big U and Rayshawn Williams was in the car together. Big U phone was on airplane mode or completely off because it wasn't transmitting data. Big U murdered Rayshawn Williams and dumped his body here, according to the feds.
He thought it was power. He was notified. He thought he was James St. Patrick. He thought he was Tommy Egan on phonograph. He thought he was just finna pop him, leave him on the side of the road, throw his clothes away in the dumpster somewhere, and then he was all gonna be good. You know how slow you gotta be to go to the studio with somebody, leave, unalive him, come back sweating with. This is what really happened. Came back sweating without the nigga he just unalived, obviously, without the person you was here for in the first place. Came back, asked some questions, took all the equipment, all the cameras, and left. Then we find out he did. It's not hard to put two and two together. Crazy, man.
From somebody that Nevada police was going to be interviewing the producer of the studio that him and Rayshawn Williams was at the night of the murder. Big U instructed the producer and all the employees to leave the studio and not come back that day. And Big U would allegedly send associates from the Big U enterprise listed as DS and others known and unknown to the grand jury. And these people from Big U Enterprise went to the studio
and removed portions
of the security system from the studio. They removed security video and data from the times that victim Rayshawn Williams and Big U and Robinson, who was with Big U, were present at the studio prior to victim Rayshawn Williams' murder. This is one of those things where you don't want to believe that a man would murder his son's best friend.
That's crazy, bro.
Why? When you have evidence, proof, text messages, correspondence that proves that Big U associates removed security systems and went out of their way to conceal evidence that they were with Rayshawn Williams that night, you kind of have to wonder and ponder, bro, like why? Like why would an innocent person do that?
He would.
January 27th, 2 days after the murder, approximately 10:03 p.m., KF, another associate from Big U Enterprises, called the Airbnb that Big U allegedly visited that Rayshawn Williams was staying.
Oh, shit.
Because according to the police, Big U and Rayshawn Williams left the studio, drove to the Airbnb, and the footage from the Airbnb showcased that Big U and Rayshawn Williams returned back to the Airbnb. Rayshawn Williams grabbed all of his stuff and they left, and that was the last time Rayshawn Williams was seen.
Okay.
So an associate of Big U who booked the Airbnb for Rayshawn Williams contacted the owner of the account that he used to book the Airbnb. And they instructed the owner of the Airbnb not to speak with law enforcement about Rayshawn Williams' murder. These are still allegations at the end of the day, but this is really silly,
this
bro.
Is
Can
bad.
you imagine being an Airbnb owner, getting a message from some random person who stayed at your place that day or two, and they tell you, hey, bro, when the police come, bro, asking about this murder, don't cooperate, man.
Why would you say that? You say that to an innocent Airbnb owner, a businessman, probably a white dude or a white girl. Why would you say that? You was better off just not saying nothing and letting them talk. I don't know nothing. What the fuck I'm gonna say? I don't know.
Airbnb owner, bro, you probably look at that message like, bro, I'm calling the police
right now. Yeah.
And for, again, I don't know who KF is. KF could be completely innocent. But for KF, when you were contacting the Airbnb owner, like, do you feel like this is gonna work? Do you feel like a random Airbnb owner will look at your message and say, "Yeah,
I won't say
you
no.
know, I'm gonna do this guy who I don't know a favor
Crazy,
by
man.
not cooperating with the police in a murder investigation
Yeah.
and risk getting myself arrested."
Right.
It don't make sense to me at all. February 3rd, 2021, the
It
same
don't make sense to
associate
nobody.
falsely told law
But
enforcement
this dumb mother.
that he did not know the address of the studio and did not have a number for or any way to contact Big U, because KF was who booked the Airbnb for
Right.
Rayshawn Williams when he went to Las Vegas.
Right.
On December 31st of 2022, an interceptor call, which is a wiretap, got Big U explaining his motivation for committing murders on behalf of the Big U enterprise. On the call, Big U will state, "What you guys see on the internet,
Y'all keep
hearing other people who don't have nothing to talk about sell. Let me explain to you." Now, this is where it gets really
it's about
bad,
to get
terribly
spooky.
bad.
It's about to get spooky.
Let me explain something to you.
This is wiretap, which means they heard the conversation.
I would have had a problem with any man, color, creed, king, or kind. The issue would have been resolved, and he wouldn't be here, or I wouldn't be here. It ain't no kid nothing in reference to Rayshawn Williams. Man, bro, I ain't trying to head at he's kid stuff.
Right.
And it damn near nobody who been in this MF longer than me can stand against me and me be who I am. If I had a problem with any man and this wouldn't be so funny to me, I'm still who they say I am. This goes against the persona the feds will say that Big U used to start the nonprofit to get millions of dollars from the city of Los Angeles for his grit.
Hold on, we gotta drop a bomb on that. We gotta drop a bomb on that one. He locked up, they won't let him out. They won't let him out. He locked up, they won't let him out. Oh, they won't let him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And that's wiretap, bro. So what other conversations do they got? The fact that you knew the feds was coming, knew you caught bodies, knew you still catching bodies, know you extorting people, you doing all this on the internet, all while you committing crimes through the bank, all while you know the feds is watching you, you on the phone admitting to murders. What you want me to say, bro? And you a grown 40, 50-year-old man. You not 17. You can't even go to prison and be like, man, I was young and I was dumb. This nigga is grown with grandkids, man.
Good program. They will say that Big U put on a persona of a changed man, when in fact that was furthest from the truth.
Right.
And Big U was still actively engaging in gang activities.
That wasn't true.
And violent activities and murdering people. And the nonprofit and the Big U enterprise and the legal game was nothing but a con to enrich himself, according to the feds. Now, there's a video that Big U dropped before he turned himself in, when he's in the vehicle talking about how he's being framed. Now, in that vehicle, he mentioned Whack 100. He mentioned Loose Cannon.
Poetic Flacco. I just want to pause it and say Poetic Flacco has been giving us that shit. Do your homework. So if y'all need more of these videos, because I'm not going to react to every single Flacco video, but Flacco actually rocked with me and has made multiple attempts to get me on No Jumper. So I want to say that shit publicly. You feel me? He's made multiple attempts to get me on No Jumper. He been reached out to me about how he with my reactions and everything. So shout out to Flacco, bro, because he doing his thing right now. Like, it's nobody I know on YouTube breaking it down about this case, all the cases for real, everything, gang. Everything.
Baby, he mentioned how people are going to try to tell on him, and the feds will say that, you know, that's witness intimidation, right? That they put that video out there to try to hinder the process, to try to deter people who could potentially cooperate against them.
Yeah. And
they will say that this is proof that even in his darkest times, even when he surrendered himself in, he's still trying to intimidate people. And the feds believe that was Big U's attempt to intimidate people who could potentially help the investigation against them.
Right.
Now, if you know, or if you are new to this channel, you will know that I actually dropped a video claiming that I believe the video that Big U dropped before he surrendered himself in, I felt like that video right there was a big mistake.
Yeah.
The feds will even claim that Big U dropping the video on his youth football team Instagram page is Big U attempting to smear the jury pool, to contaminate the jury pool.
Right.
Now, I think they're reaching in that regard, claiming that this man professing his innocence, claiming that, you know, he's being railroaded, claiming that this is racism.
No, he didn't say it's racism.
That's him contaminating the jury pool, right? That's just him, you know, professing his innocence, which he has every right to do. But once you start naming co-defendants and once you start, you know, pointing out people who could potentially cooperate, that's where the feds have an issue with it.
Right.
Now, the lawyer Mo Gannon, he would actually drop a brief reaction to Big U's indictment becoming unsealed, and here's what he had to say.
After perceived disrespect, the feds say they have surveillance, cell phone data, and family interviews that all point to Henley as being the last person seen with RW, the murdered rapper. And they say that there was an alleged cover-up where Henley and his associates went into the studio and got the surveillance tapes right before the murder happened. There's armed robbery of a marijuana dispensary. Henley allegedly ordered the robbery of a dispensary where an extortion victim worked. After the robbery, the victim was invited to Henley's home and told, "That's how you rob yourself." There's allegations of ongoing robberies and threats by Loose Cannon. They say they allege that Williams continued violent behavior, including a recent pistol whipping that was caught on video. Then there's extortion of business owners. Victims were extorted for thousands per month with threats of violence or robbery if they did not comply. There's a human trafficking and a sex trafficking allegation where Henley paid people to transport.
When you hear him say all of it back to back to back and as fast as he's saying it right now, it's bad, bro. It's bad.
Women across state lines for prostitution. The feds say they've intercepted communications showing explicit instructions and references to sex work. There's fraud and embezzlement. They're saying that Henley used his nonprofit called Developing Options to fraudulently obtain grants.
The feds will even take it further to claim that Big U lied about one of his employees' salary increasing by almost $6,000 more than he was actually making per month. And he did that so the employee, which is also somebody who was in the indictment, who was with Big U when the murder happened, who helped cover up the murder, who helped Big U extort people. Again, according to the feds, they lied about the employee's salary at Development Options so the employee could qualify for an $800,000 mortgage, right? And they will also point to like an SBA loan for like $200,000, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it looks like, man, they got
everything. That's crazy.
At this point, I'm wondering, how soon, if you're Big U's lawyer, man, do you start begging the feds for a plea deal?
Please help me.
Give me 10 years.
Help me, please. Right? Help me, please. Hey, give that nigga no 10 years. Get that nigga at 40. He what he is?
50s.
He late 50s? Oh, yeah. Get him 40, man. Go. Let him get out when he's 92. You feel me?
I'm home. Late 60s, early 70s, man. Hey, bro, I'll take it.
He too crazy, folks.
But y'all let me know.
You gotta lock that nigga ass up. He tweaking. He out here tweaking and geeking. All the way, though. Like, for real. He got to go. That nigga got to go. He got to go. I'm sorry. Say what you want to say. I don't want to see no man in jail like that. Now, I want to see some niggas in jail. You out here extorting niggas, some popping people, murdering your homies, murdering your son, best friend, tweaking, extorting people, robbing people, tweaking, geeking, and tweaking some more. He got to. I want to see that nigga locked up. I don't subscribe to that stupid ass. I don't want to see. I would want to see my worst enemy in jail. I do. What the fuck? There's plenty of people I want to see in jail. You touch a kid, I want to see you in jail, Obi. You unaliving people. You out here slaughtering people. I want to see you in jail, bro. You know, the society will be safer with your crazy ass in jail. Sorry. Only people I feel like need to be on this side of the wall need to be the calm, cool people that don't do nothing to nobody, kick it, chill, get somebody, do legal shit. You feel me? Now, when you talk about trapping and all that, I got different opinions on trapping and like illegal money. I don't feel like stuff like that, whatever. But if you hurting people, bro, you slaughtering people, you a menace to society, lock that nigga up. See you never, my nigga.